Hello, I'm Matthias, and this is our annual fundraiser. I think we're just going to have to call it Spirit Month, which works out well for October. For those of you who know the routine, do not skip this video just yet because we have 2 surprises this year. Before that, however, let's get the basics out of the way. We are accepting pre-orders via the Indiegogo platform for our soft, actually screen-printed t-shirts made in Texas by presumably real cowboys. These are not low-quality, on-demand digital prints. Actually, the ones in my hand are sort of rapid prototype. The final product will be even better, but let's get a look at each theme. First up, it's another stealth shirt for those of you who want to find other students of firearms history without tipping off your coworkers or neighbors. This time we've left the bar theme and opted for top-loading washing machines. I'm assured the innovative new Mark IV model has 6 times the capacity and is guaranteed to get the lead out. Many shooters can testify that a good washing machine is a man's best friend, especially after a visit to the range. If you're a fan of British arms or just like the smell of a laundromat, I'd recommend putting this in the cart. Next up is quite the opposite. This one leaves no doubt that you've heard the higher call of higher calibers. No replacement for displacement. This phrase has been popular in the automotive world for some time, but I think it applies here as well, especially to lovers of the old 6 guns or even the 1911. Quite frankly, this is my favorite of the lot, and I can't wait to wear it while riding my cool guy motorcycle. I'll be buying 3 because I tend to exhaust the things I love. For those of you who are enjoying our new classroom experience, I'm happy to say you can now show your school spirit wherever you go. The Open Arms Technical School crest with our motto below proudly displays the symbols of our legacy. For anyone curious, we have included the pokey crossed with a pokey, twin memorials to our beloved mascots, the traditional school plaid, and at the center, our original N-Block logo crowned by the symbol of friendship and wreathed by our patron initials, and laurels of poppies for those we loved and sadly lost along the way. This handsome crest is, for the first time in our history, available in 2 formats, the first being the shirt you see now, and the second being the same printing applied to a sweatshirt. Unfortunately, I don't have a sample of that sweatshirt just yet, but the application is the same, so I expect no surprises. It should look a lot like this. To those of you curious now, it will be a Hanes gray sweatshirt. I wear 2XL in those sweatshirts. I wear it in these t-shirts. It works out fine for me. I'm 6'1" and fat. Second to last, we have another school theme. This time, it's a reference to the series that had the fewest viewers and yet managed to be, in my humble opinion, the most entertaining for those of you who value warm summer days, spending time outdoors, and sharing laughter with your friends. Please consider joining the Oats Trap team. Unlike other schools, we don't really focus on the shooting skills, or really any skills at all. We just huck clays into the sky as best we can manage with the tools that we are given. And finally, we've sworn to make each year a limited time offer, but you all seem to have an insatiable thirst for heavily armed velocipedes, so I present a 3rd configuration of the ever-popular cycle of violence. Now, with double the rolly bits and presumably more firepower, though how the belt is supposed to remain unentangled from the chain, I do not know. This one makes an excellent gift for fans of both Hiram Maxim and bicycling, or bad puns. So the sweatshirt was one surprise, but what about the other? Well, this year we expended a significant number of funds in order to build this studio. We're also tackling several projects that require obtaining patents and periodicals so that we can expand our coverage up into the 1980s. All this is to say that a fundraiser like this means a lot to our little channel right now, which lacks for much in the way of ad revenue or permissible marketable products. Which is why I'm all too eager to provide myself with another means of luring your little pennies from your pockets. This time with a sort of collective auction. And what is the prize? Well, it's the one thing that every collector craves: being right. Who is this man? Students of Japanese arms should know the answer. Given name Kijiro, surname Nambu. Or is it Nambu? In Japanese, it doesn't matter, but in English, we've seen it transcribed 2 separate ways. The earlier mirrors phonetic pronunciation, at least as much as possible, and only because of the unique combination of a particular set of consonants. The latter is the current established method, and you're expected to know when to make the little conditional changes when vocalizing. For the show, we've lately started using that latter more modern spelling. But for some, it's been a big bother. So I'm going to let y'all vote with little itty bitty donations. Whichever wins this year will become our permanent spelling throughout the rest of the series. I'll also share that each year, as we fund and overfund our goals, we like to release a sticker that will be included with all orders. The first of these overfunding stickers will be Kijiro Nambu, but the spelling will only be decided at the very end of the campaign, so you'll know for sure which one. Now, I should explain here that Indiegogo has a sneaky little box that you shouldn't click on unless you want to give Indiegogo more of your money. It's a tip section, and most people think it goes to the creator. It does not. So consider your Nambu votes the best way to add a little tip for us, stacking as many as you like, and of course contributing to being right. It's a blatant cash grab, and I won't apologize for even a moment, as we've done an insane amount of work this year, and my pockets are dang near empty, and a 3-day vacation is not even on the horizon of my future. Vote to your heart's content, knowing you'll only be helping us to further stabilize and expand the current curriculum. If for some reason we doubled the income for the show, I'd just hire a whole other team and produce a whole extra show. We aren't accomplishing 1/10 of what I would think that we could possibly do if we could afford to. Now, just to explain some platform stuff. This is a pre-order system. We spend about a month begging y'all to join on up. Everyone submits their orders, and then after the campaign ends, Indiegogo stalls for a bit and then gives us most of the money. Then we send that money to our printing company, who makes a lovely pile of shirts and starts shipping them out to you. So that means shipments will start in late November, early December. For those of you in the US, barring some insane carrier mistake, they would be arriving before Christmas. For those international shipments, I'm sorry, but it fluctuates quite a bit, and we have no control over the matter. If something is lost, however, we can make sure that it is replaced. And on the topic of shipping, those costs are passed through. And yet not. We're only charging what it costs us to ship. Indiegogo, however, includes that shipping payment in the gross funds raised. This has slowly led to campaigns that make more money on collection, but not as much on actual margin. Because of this, we've finally raised our funding goal just a little bit, just to make it more comparable to previous years every time we sort of do the overfunding thing. Now, each time we overfund a new sticker, this year's theme is going to be Arms Inventors. Now, we want to keep the price down as much as possible for all of y'all, so we've created a number of pre-combined perks on Indiegogo. These are generally some number of shirts with or without one sweatshirt. Unfortunately, we can't make a variant for every possible combination of products, nor will Indiegogo let us prescribe a method of combining shipping between individual perks by weight. If you're planning a very large order that does not fit this prescription, we can likely accept it by other means. We just need you to reach out to us through the website. All right, final thought. Every single year we have people asking, when are you going to reprint X shirt from Y campaign? They gave theirs away or they spilled spaghetti on it, you get the idea. We only print enough to cover this campaign, plus a small margin for error, assuming that those are not consumed with returns and losses. Yes, some will be released like a year from now, but they're going to disappear almost instantly. If you think you love a design, buy an extra. The worst you're doing is fundraising a show that has given over a decade of reliable service towards those interested in arms history. We're clearly not getting rich, and we've repeatedly proven we are working hard to earn your trust. As always, thank you all for support. This is a venture made up of our sweat and your combined equity. We genuinely appreciate our relationship with you and treasure it. All right, you all have a good one.